Hey there, and welcome to today's episode of the Bringing Business to Retail podcast. The team and I are back on board. I have been on fire. I have recorded some brand new podcasts, which I have sent off to the editor. They'll be ready to go live next week. And today I thought I would share with you a little mini episode, a little replay of a Facebook Live that I did as I was sitting in the airport lounge waiting to head off to the Retail Academy Live. So picture this. I have arrived at the airport. I have pulled up at the valet. I have hauled out. That part sounds very, very swanky, but I have hauled out this giant, we called it the dead body bag. So if you can imagine a dead body bag filled to the brim with, we had display walls, we had exhibition stand pieces, we had all of the activities, and we had the exercises for the Retail Academy Live. So I hauled that out, but I only had to pull it out of the car. And in fact, I could have had one of the guys from Valet do it for me. But, I didn't even think about it. I just kind of hauled it out and threw it on the trolley. And off I went, dropped it off, and flitted myself into the business class lounge to have a glass of champagne and to celebrate the fact that this great event was about to happen. I was flying into Melbourne to meet my team, some of which I have never met in person before. Even though we talk every single day, I had never met them in person. So I had flown them in to Melbourne for this event. I had dinners planned. The event was planned. There was so much that I was just looking forward to. The lounge was actually very empty. And you're going to hear when I'm talking, instead of being my usual loud, exuberant self, I sound like I am, kind of talking under my breath and a little bit whispery. The reason for that audio is because I was sitting in the lounge with just a handful of people, and I was so excited. I was just really grateful for where, not to say I'm not always grateful, but really grateful for where I was at in my business and everything that we had planned. I had my team flying in from all around the globe, and I was just in a really, really great mood, and I felt really grateful and really proud of what I had achieved, what our team had achieved, and what we'd help other people achieve. So as I'm sitting in the lounge with my glass of champagne and my fancy peanuts and cashews and almonds, I decided to go live to talk about how growing as a person has really changed, and owning a business has really changed the way that I value money. And a little bit of background, I'm a Tightass. I don't like to spend money if I don't have to. But there are some things I will spend money on, and that is what I'm going to share with you in today's episode. But I wanted to walk you through why these things are important to me and why I've changed my tune on a lot of these things, because, well, it's not a lot of these things, it's just a handful of things. Because now for me, time is valuable. And I'm sure, just like you, I've put a lot of effort, so many hours, blood, sweat, tears, so much money into creating a business that gives back in so many ways. And you know what? We should be rewarded for that. It's not selfish to reward yourself. I mean, that's what we're here for. That's what we put all the effort in, to have the nice things, to live the great life. And it's taken me a really long time to be okay with spending money. And, sometimes there are cobwebs in my wallet because there are some things I just don't value. And so I won't spend the money on. And it's always a running joke as to, I love really nice hotel rooms, but I don't like to pay lots of money for them. So I will always find the best deal when it comes to really nice hotel rooms. Other people on my team value different things. They don't care about the hotel room. Maybe they just want plush towels or the really nice shampoo and conditioner or a really nice comfy bed when it comes to hotel rooms. We all value different things. And as we go into this episode, I want you to realize that it's not about gloating, and it's not trying to rub anything in anyone's face. It's trying to make you think about, what are the things that you can splurge on? What are the things that you deserve in life? Because this is what you put all the effort in for, to be able to reward yourself, to be able to have the nice things. And the nice things for you might not be the same nice things for me. And that is totally okay. But I would love to know, what are you going to splurge on and reward yourself with? What are the little luxuries that you think are okay to spend money on. Now, before we jump into this episode, just a quick reminder, I think I've mentioned this on the previous podcasts, that I am going to be going live with a 5-day challenge in just a few weeks. And in that 5-day challenge, I am going to give you a complete framework on the things that you can do to scale your business to the next level, whether that is to get to 5 figures, 6 figures, 7 figures, 8 figures, it doesn't matter. This is the same process that I work through with my one-on-one consulting clients. And I'm going to be sharing it all with you. We're going to work through it together over 5 days. So if you want to get on the waitlist for this free challenge, head over to selinaknight.com/challenge, pop your details in, and you will be the first to know when it goes live. Alrighty, let's jump into today's episode of the little luxuries that I like to splurge on. Hey there, and welcome to the Bringing Business to Retail podcast. If you're looking to get more sales, more customers, master your marketing, and ultimately take control of your retail or e-commerce business, then you're in the right place. I'm Selena Knight, a retail growth strategist and multi-award-winning store owner whose superpower is uncovering exactly what your business requires to move to the next level. I'll provide you with the strategies, the tools, and the insight you need to scale your store. All you need to do is take action. Ready to get started? Hey there, I am here inside of the business lounge, the Qantas Business Lounge, getting ready to fly to Melbourne to see you all for the Retail Academy Live. I am super excited. But a funny thing happened on the way in here. My husband said to me, he had a little bit of a chuckle, and he said to me, these are things that you would never have spent money on before, like when I first met you, like, oh, how you've changed. And so I thought I would share with you 3 things that I now spend money on, even though I'm a Tightass, wherever possible. I tend to spend money on these things because I really value what they give me. Alrighty, so on the way here, the first thing that I did, on my booking my trip to Melbourne, was I knew that I had a lot of luggage. Like, I just weighed my bags. One was 23 kilos and the other one was 22 kilos, because they have the props and things for the Retail Academy Live, the big backdrops and whatnot. And I knew that I was going to have to purchase additional baggage. But I was like, oh, well, if I fly business, how much luggage do I get? I get 2 bags at 32 kilos each. So automatically I knew that I would be, I already knew that I was going to fly business because I used my points for it. Like, I don't know the last time I actually bought a business class ticket, but I pretty much fly business wherever I can. And it doesn't cost me anything. It doesn't cost me, it's less than by the time you pay taxes and stuff, it's less than a regular flight ticket, because I put everything on my Amex card. So I have 700,000 points, oodles and oodles of points. And so booking a flight to Melbourne, I don't know, what was it, a business class flight, 30,000 points, nothing. And I think the whole flight cost me $60, and it meant that I didn't have to worry about extra baggage. I could just drop it in there. I could wander up here to the lounge. I can have my glass of champagne. I don't have to pay for anything. I have a printer here in the lounge if I need to last minute print anything. There's a quiet space, there's a noisy space, there's food, there's some TV, there's PowerPoint. I can sit in a very comfy chair. I can chill and do nothing. I can read magazines. Fun fact, when Lana was born, she pretty much flew business because we have points, and once we didn't, and we were sitting in the gate waiting for our flight, she kept saying to me, why are we not in the lounge? So one of the things I always do is points hack, and I always spend those points on flights. I never spend them on the random things that they try and sell you with, because again, I'm looking at flying to America to go and visit a friend. Hey, Gina. And again, it won't cost me anything because by the time I use my points, like a premium economy or business flight is 80,000 points. There and back, I still have hundreds of thousands of points. And look, this is not financial advice, but if you are not putting everything through an Amex card that gives you points, you are seriously missing out. And so flying business is one of those things that, especially when I'm a Tightass and it doesn't cost me anything, is something that I always, always, always do. The other thing, this one is only just brand new. And I can't say that I do it all the time, but when I arrived at the airport, I literally dropped my car outside the door at the valet. Now, I valeted my car. This is the second time. Oh my freaking God, it is so good. Like, I literally got out the car, and remember, I had two 25-kilo bags pretty much. They got the bags out of the car for me. They got the trolley. They loaded it up. I walked in. I showed them my little QR code, walked into the airport, dropped it. And I reckon from my car to the business lounge, the longest thing that took was the security because my shoes set the security thing off. I think it was maybe 8 minutes. Now, normally I park in the lot that is like where you catch the bus in because I'm a tight ass, right? And it's, it seems like an awful lot of money. But the valet parking prices, even though they were double, it was still really good value. So I think from memory, the lot parking was maybe $75 and the valet parking was $150 for the same amount of time. But $150 for, what are we talking, 5 days to drop my car literally outside the door and walk in. No stress, no mess, no fuss. I mean, if you guys have, if you've got kids and not using valet, seriously, I would highly recommend looking into it. And it's one of those things that I never really thought about doing because I always thought it was so expensive. But the funny thing is, when I logged into the airport to do the parking, this is very smart. I have to think about how we can do this inside of your e-commerce store. But it was really smart because it used to just ask you to pick which lot you wanted to park in, and I would choose the off-airport lot. And this time, it just got you to say which flight you were flying and then the dates, and then it gave you all the different prices. And I would not have gone to the valet if it hadn't have shown me the difference in the prices, because when I'm weighing it up, sure, it was double, but realistically it was $70. Like, that's not an awful lot of money to not have to carry. I don't even know how I would have carried those 2 bags on the bus to the airport, off the airport, find one of the little stroller things, put it all on, lug it in. Like that, no, I'm sorry, not happening. So first thing that I always do, fly business class where possible, which is kind of why I'm flying now a little bit later in the day. I was hoping to get to Melbourne a little bit earlier and hang out with Joed, but no business class flights until now. So hack those points, my friends, hack those points, fly business, or if you can, especially international, fly first. Once you have flown first class, you will never want to leave. You always want to turn left when you hop in the plane. Okay, so fun thing one, business class. Fun thing two, let's just take this into account, right? Business class. I can have as many glasses of champagne as I want. I'll probably have 1 or 2. But if I was in the bar downstairs, what would I be paying for that? $15 each? $30 for all that stuff gone out the window. And it's funny that when you start to have more money, when you start to spend more money, the things that get included in the package kind of up level quite significantly. This is what I have noticed is when you get like the VIP version of something, it's not just a little bit better, it's a seriously lot better. And it's kind of why people who have lots of money will spend on memberships and stuff, because what it affords them is quite often time, and time is worth money. Like, let's think about it. If you got into the business lounge earlier, you could probably send an email out. It's Saturday. I'm not going to do that. And convenience. And, convenience is something that people will definitely pay for. The third thing, as we speak, that I'm clothes are not really, fashion, I am not a fashion-forward person. I think everybody knows that. Certainly not a fashion-forward person. But
what I have found is, as the older that I've got, is I will spend money on clothes, not always, but I will spend money on things that I know I will get a lot of value out of. And it was funny because I was at a conference the other day and I was wearing a maxi dress, and someone said to me, "Oh my God, you're up on the screen." And then we realized it was not me that day. It was me from like 5 years ago wearing the same maxi dress. I still wear that dress. And it's funny, I'm on a buy swap sell for a certain designer, not this designer, not the same designer that you'll be seeing at TRA Live, another designer, Australian designer. And there's a dress that I wear. I kind of save it for special occasions now because it is 11 years old and I don't want it to fall apart. And someone put a picture of the dress up in the size that I have and said, "Does anyone have this dress? I know it's a long shot, but I absolutely love this dress. And I recently got it ripped or something like that. And I desperately need another one." And I thought, isn't that funny? Because I probably paid like $180 for that dress. It was 2012. And I still have that dress in my cupboard and I still wear it because it still looks really, really good. I'll be honest, I got a lot of T-shirts from Kmart in my wardrobe, but I also have, this is one of the By Samantha maxi dresses, and she will be speaking at the Retail Academy Live. And I can't even remember how I found her because I'll be honest, she does not do a lot of marketing at all. She's built this cult brand on literally I just saw her running ads a couple of days ago. I'll be asking her all about that on Tuesday. She'll be speaking on Tuesday, session 2. And I can't even remember how I found her. I'd sort of seen her in a Facebook group when she first started out, but then I went looking for these dresses. I wanted just some beautiful wrap dresses because of said maxi dress that was on the screen, and the other designer that I follow sort of stopped making that style. And so I sort of stumbled across them. Kind of a friend of a friend who lives locally had some, so I went over to her place and opened up her wardrobe and, oh my God, she had, I'm going to say 60. Like, I think I have quite a few dresses. She had literally a whole wardrobe of them. She was the same size as me, so I tried a few on, got the colours, got the sizings. She showed me all the different fabrics, like complete diehard fan. I did not even know that Sammy makes these dresses in different fabrics. There's like dry touch and slinky. This girl knew every single thing about every single dress. That kind of stuff goes a really long way because, of course, her enthusiasm got me super, super excited about the brand. And I have quite a few dresses now. I love them. They're great for traveling. I love traveling in a maxi dress. You can just there's so much fabric. You can just kind of like, if you need to keep your legs moving around, it's like you don't have to worry about slashing anything. They're comfy. Like when I wear jeans, my belly like bloats in the plane. Lots of people have that. So I don't have to worry about that. I feel quite stylish. I don't feel stylish very often because most of the days I walk around in my workout gear. I'm one of those athleisure people. And so I feel like I put in effort. I got a blazer there for looking fresh and super easy. And the thing is, these dresses, I'm going to go with, I think a maxi dress is about $250. You can resell a maxi dress in her buy swap sell group. I don't know if it's her buy swap sell group, in her brand buy swap sell group, for in the 220s. Like, that is not uncommon. And so understanding how someone has built a brand where people are reselling the product for like 90% of its value, I am super excited to see how she's done it, how she has managed to do all of that and share that stuff with you. And so that is one of the things that I will spend money on now, is clothing that makes me feel good, clothing that I know will like last the test of time. I try not to do fast fashion. Yes, I do have some Kmart t-shirts just for slouching around the house. But even my like athleisure wear, my yoga gear, is stuff that I have had for quite a few years. It still looks as good as the day I bought it. But when you pay $80, $90, $100 for a pair of leggings that you know you're going to wear several times a week, then it is worth splurging. And probably the last thing that my husband doesn't know about, because he doesn't really pay attention to what happens in my business. I love him to bits, but, he listens to everything that I'm saying. But the last thing I've splurged on is working with people. I was trying to think of the best way to say it. It's working with people who will take my business to the next level. So if you listen to the podcast, I've talked about this a lot over the last 12 months, is really changing, not changing my team, but, a whole bunch of my team left sort of about 18 months ago, brought new people in. We've changed our business model, the agencies that we worked with, really making sure that the people that we're working with can get us to the next level. Because what I have found is that, and I've said this before, is what got you here won't get you there. And people can be really nice, but nice doesn't necessarily pay the bills, and nice is not profitability. And so I've kind of had to get over that, which I think a lot of you guys have the same problem too. I had to get over that, sacking or stopping working with somebody who I've kind of grown out of, or the business has grown out of. And it's not uncommon for me to spend $5,000 on working with someone for a couple of days who can fix a problem or can increase our conversion rate or run ads for us, or whatever that thing is just have little heart palpitations. But I just dropped $18,000 on working with a coach for 90 days. And what it has done for our business has literally been game changing. And that was really, really scary because, Australian dollars versus US dollars, which is why we bill in US dollars, because we do work with people all over the world. But it's probably one of the biggest one-off commitments that I have made for a very, very long time. But it has paid off. I would say that I've at least 5x'd my return on investment in less than 90 days. And so, so that was 4 things. I said 3, but 4 things. So 4 things that I now, as a Tightass, will spend money on. Well, maybe not spend money on, but I will indulge in, that's probably a better term, is business class flights. Pretty much because I don't pay for them. Valet parking, because value driven, it is extremely valuable. That's not the right word. In terms of value, it is very high ROI. Decent quality clothes that will stand the test of time, and investing in the people that I work with and the people who work with us to get a better return on investment. Okay, alrighty. I'm going to go and enjoy this glass of champagne before it goes warm, and my very fancy smoked nuts. If you've ever been on the Qantas International first class flight, they have the best smoked almonds. They are out of this world. These ones are not those, but they're okay. There's macadamias. You're somewhere fancy when there's a macadamia, right? Okay. If you are heading off to TRA Live, I am super excited to see you there. And if you're not, then stay tuned, listen to the podcast, and we'll catch up. I'm sure we'll have snippets going live right through the 2 days. Okay, guys, have a great day. Bye.
So that's a wrap. I'd love to hear what insight you've gotten from this episode and how you're going to put it into action. If you're a social kind of person, follow me at @TheSelenaKnight and make sure to leave a comment and let me know. And if this episode made you think a little bit differently, or gave you some inspiration, or perhaps gave you the kick that you needed to take action, then please take a couple of minutes to leave me a review on your platform of choice. Because the more reviews the show gets, the more independent retail and e-commerce stores just like yours that we can help to scale. And when that happens, it's a win for you, a win for your community, and a win for your customers. I'll see you on the next episode.